Meares, how I'm old.
Meares.
Week 17 is here. Last week I was 3-1, you were 2-2.
Not often you beat me, but you did.
We have a competition coming up against all other YouTube prognosticators out there.
Yes, the Electric Football Show. Great show. Check them out on YouTube. They're putting together a little contest where we're going to put our playoff picks against other playoff picks.
We were #1 last year, according to Geo Knows. And see, they're coming after our crown, right?
Yeah, we're going to be #1 again this year, I guarantee it.
We got 4 games this week. I guess the playoffs are pretty much locked up. There's a couple things out there, so these games will cover those few things. Let's get into them. First game we're going to do this week, Dallas traveling to Washington. Washington wins. You're buying a hoodie for a guy who called Washington running out 8 weeks ago, or however many weeks ago that was. Winner of the game wins the division.
Correct. You got Washington favored by 3.5 at home. They're playing at home on a 6-game winning streak, and they really are playing really good football. I know they beat the lowly Eagles last week, but still, I like Washington at home. Dallas coming off the loss, overtime loss, in a game that really they were out of and all of a sudden came back. But I like RG3 at home to push Washington into the playoffs in the first division win, and I don't know how long, but a long time. So give me Washington to cover the 3.5.
RG3's hobbled. He was not his usual self last week against the Eagles. They had a chance to tie the game at the end. Dallas, they're a tragedy, but I think with RG3 being a little dinged, and then the fact that this would be 7 in a row, that is a lot of games to win in a row. So this game's going to cost me everything. I'm going to lose my pick'em pool because of this one. But if I'm going down, I'm going to go down picking Dallas because I'm rooting for Washington because I'm just a hedge better.
Nice.
Second game we're going to do has an implication that ties into all these. We got Green Bay wins, they get a first-round bye. Minnesota wins and they're in.
Correct.
Green Bay's traveling to Minnesota, but Green Bay's favored by 3. What do you got happening here?
Minnesota's coming off a big win at
It's a
Houston.
big win.
I didn't think they would win that game. I thought that was going to knock them out of the playoffs.
Big win.
Now they're going to host Green Bay. Adrian Peterson is 212 yards, I believe, away from the record.
It's not happening.
It's a long way away. But Green Bay's run defense is not very good.
I don't believe you.
I'm telling you, they're not that good. If Minnesota can run the ball, control the clock, keep Aaron Rodgers off the field, I think they can keep this a close game. So I'm not going to pick a winner. What I am going to say is Minnesota will cover.
Wow, that's awesome. I got Green Bay winning this just because they can get the bye. I think they're going to come out. I think Adrian Peterson is shut 8 in the box, and then Christian Ponder make them beat you. I think it's a formula that a good defense can pull off. Houston's defense suspect down the stretch.
It has been.
Green Bay's actually been good. I mean, I don't know their numbers against the run, but overall they've been a tough defense. They've been, what do you call it, rugged? That's what I heard the word rugged describing them.
Sweet.
I got Green Bay to go into Minnesota and win by 4, which would be covering. Game 3 of Week 17 that we're going to do is the New York Giants hosting the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Giants to get in the playoffs. It's their perfect scenario. 31 teams in the NFL have to lose this week for the Giants to get in the playoffs, and I think it's going to happen.
You got the Giants favored by 7 at home against the lowly Eagles. But you do have Michael Vick coming back to quarterback the Eagles in the last game of the season, with him having to showcase his talents to the league because he's going to be a free agent, more than likely. Could be Andy Reid's final game. If it's not, I am not watching the Eagles next year. But here's the thing. The Giants struggle against quarterbacks like Vick, like RG3.
Beat them the first time.
Exactly. And I have a feeling that Philadelphia's going to pull off this game because it's going to be for Andy Reid, the last game of him, blah, blah. So I like the Eagles to go in and just destroy the Giants and all their playoff hopes. So obviously I'll take the 7 points.
There you go. I saw that Michael Vick said that this week was not an audition. Bullshit. I mean, by definition, it has to be.
Exactly.
I mean, what are you going to do? You just go out there and focus on the game and not think about where you're going to go next year? Give me a fucking break. Giants Tuck, the last 2 weeks have been horrific.
Yes, bad.
They need Washington to lose. No, they need Dallas to lose, Minnesota to lose, and Chicago lose and win to get in. That is going to happen because the only thing that can ruin my season is if the Giants win the Super Bowl, and they're going to have to because they're going to ruin my season. So that means by default, even though they suck, Eagles suck worse. Andy Reid's a 500 coach for the last 7 years. Everybody misses that.
Yeah.
Giants by 7, no-brainer. They cover. Final game we're going to do, Chicago traveling to Detroit. Chicago gets in the playoffs if they win and Minnesota loses. That's pretty much the simplest way to look at it.
Exactly. You got Chicago -3.
-3.
Detroit basically just threw it away last week. They said, we don't care if we win or lose. We're just going to make sure Calvin Johnson breaks the record. And this week, I think they'll make sure Calvin Johnson gets to 2,000 yards. However, I think Chicago wins this game, and I think they win it fairly handily. So I will take the Bears -3.
I have to have the Bears winning this game because Detroit is that bad. Chicago is... What happened to their season?
I don't know.
That they need help to get in the playoffs. It blows my mind. I have Green Bay beating Minnesota, so by default, I'm saying Chicago's going to make it into the show. They'll be one and done. 3 points, I think that's a no-brainer. So I guess if you're going to listen, just do the opposite of what I do. Don't. Chicago covers. Now it's time for comments of the week.
Yeah.
Marco Martinez, it's a real name.
It is.
Win-win loose, win-win loose, win-win tie, win-win loose, win-win-win, in your face, Andy Reid look-alike. You were right.
I was right, baby. Patterns.
And lose has one O in it.
Yeah, just one. And you know what? The Niners lost with 1-0. I can't whisper. I gotta say it louder. They lost.
Get Witted Sports S2. Great vid and picks for Week 16, but you guys have so many homosexual played comments. You sure you shouldn't be on the logo channel instead of YouTube? I'm just saying, keep up the good work. Glass.
What's the logo
Glass.
channel? What's the logo channel?
I watched the logo channel for 2 hours before I realized that it was a gay channel.
Oh.
And I saw the RuPaul drag queen show commercial 12 times, and the 12th time I was like, what's up with this channel?
Awesome.
Iceboy1221, congrats on 400 subscribers. We did reach 400.
We did reach 400, and now we're at 412, so we're on our way to 500.
We were on our way to 500 when we got our second. B3TO818, keep picking against my Niners, you fat Teletubby. We going to prove you wrong again. You did not prove them wrong, but to bring up a Teletubby reference, it's like I've been giggling the entire time.
I want to know which one I am. Do I have the penis on my head or the vagina?
I don't know, but you can catch the Teletubbies on the logo channel. So that's it for the Meares 2012 regular season. Now on to the playoffs.
Yeah, we went to a new format, picking against the spread. I ended up, as of Week 16, up 2 games over 500. You're 500, so that's pretty good.
Not making a living.
No, but it's still
not making a living.
At least we're not losing big money.
If I bet $1 million on each one, I would be down to the man.
Make sure you comment, subscribe. Everything is now below. Thumbs up. We have some good comments lately. Let's keep up the good comments, and you'll be mentioned on the show.
All right. See you in the playoffs.
See you in the playoffs.